Hello everybody and happy Tuesday. Welcome to Bird's Nest Designs. My name is Denise Cox and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada, and I am super excited to be here with you tonight for Tutorial Tuesday. So let's just give everybody a few seconds to pop on. I got a really fun stamping technique to share with all of you tonight. Just going to adjust this camera a little bit. Hi Sherry, thanks for being here. Hi Joanne. Hope you guys are both inside, nice and warm and toasty. It's freezing outside again. So tonight I'm going to share with you a paper piecing technique that has been around forever and ever that I just sometimes really do just forget about. And so it's always fun, especially when you see a certain stamp set and you just know it's going to be perfect for that. So that's what happened when I saw the In the Moment stamp set from the Mini Catalog on page 57. It's a fabulous set. Yeah, so I'm going to share that with you tonight. I also wanted to mention that being that it's the 22nd of February already, there are 6 days left of celebration. So don't forget, if there's anything you haven't got yet out of the celebration brochure, or maybe you want a second of something, like maybe the rainbow paper, you have 6 more days to get in on that deal, and then you can choose one of your free items from here. Also, the last 6 days to join my team and get those extra bonus stamp sets of your choice. So that's an option too. If you're interested, you can message me and I will steer you in the right direction. Hi Tina, thanks for being here. All right, so I do have club openings. I hope you guys saw that in the newsletter if you subscribe. If you don't subscribe to my newsletter, then pop on over to createwithbirdsnest.ca and you can subscribe right through there. You can opt to either get my blog post daily, just get my weekly newsletter, or both. And I really do appreciate that you subscribe. So the 2 clubs that I have openings for are my monthly scrapbook club, which is $25 a month, or get your kit for free if you place a $45 order using the host code for the club. And once you subscribe for 6 months. So you're in like a 6-month subscription. This month we're having a fabulous fun layout, getting ready for spring with the peachy, the sweet as a peach, I'm calling it. I also have openings always perpetually in my Stamp of the Month club, which is fabulous. It is by far the most popular club that I've run recently. It's a blast, and each month you get a stamp set. You get 3 cards to create with that stamp set, complete with printed instructions and a video, and it's just a lot of fun. And it's a great way to think outside the box, because perhaps I've chosen a stamp set you normally wouldn't choose. And also just to get yourself stamping and build up your stamp collection. So all that information can be found on my website, or you can just message me directly. Yeah, so that's what's going on. And I do have a super fun class coming up, and I can't wait. I'm hoping to get it out today or tomorrow, featuring the Shaded Summer stamp set. And when you join the class, you get a bunch of product, but you get the summer shadow dies absolutely free. So I'm going to throw these dies in for you for free when you sign up for the class. The class will have the Shaded Summer stamp set, the full package of Abstract Beauty Designer Series paper, it's 4x6, a complete package of the brushed butterflies, and 10 cards to create. So 5 cards, 2 of each. So watch for that one. It's coming real soon. All right. So I believe that's all I have to share with you. I'm going to change the view to my desk, and we're going to look at this fabulous card we're going to create tonight. So here's the In the Moment stamp set. Isn't it pretty? And you can, like I said, you can find that on page 57 of the Mini Catalog. It's $33, and it is a cling mount stamp set, as you'll see as we get creating tonight. I've paired it with the beautiful hand-penned Designer Series paper, and this is from the annual catalog. Aren't those gorgeous images and nice, fun, bright colors? So here's the card. And as you can see, her dress has the pattern, her hat has some pattern. It's not just a solid color. And then I've created a really fun little embellishment here, 3D with pattern as well. So lots of mix and matching patterns from the hand penned designer series paper. Okay, so nice combination of subtle colors in this one. So we're going to start with a Saffron card base. And it's just a regular card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored in half at 4 1/4. Okay, and then I'm going to use my bone folder to make a nice crisp fold there. Okay, now look at this gorgeous paper. It's yellow and it's got that kind of marbled look to it. It's got this nice little scallopy wave type looking white pattern in it. It's beautiful. So we're going to use that as our background. So I'm just going to grab my adhesive here. Okay, so I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. And we're going to just attach that right here. Sandy, yes, that class is awesome and we all love freebies, so stay tuned, it is coming real soon. Okay, so there we've got our designer series paper mounted onto the card front. And then I'm going to take a few pieces just to get them layered here. I've got a square of Blushing Bride and a square slightly smaller, only 1/8 of an inch smaller in Early Espresso. Okay. And we're going to just mount that onto here. Okay, I'm going to take it off of there so it's a little easier to see. It's very crooked with this camera over top of my head, but we're just going to slide this over a little bit. There we go. Okay. So there's our piece all mounted together. We're going to use this designer series paper on both sides. So we've got the floral side and then we've got these beautiful pink florals. We've got a square of basic white that's only 1/8 of an inch smaller than the Early Espresso. We've got a square or a rectangle of basic white for the greeting, and then we've just got a piece to accent of Blushing Bride. So let's start with some stamping. So we're going to use Memento ink, and I'm going to use this image right here. Okay, now key to this is we want to make sure, well, this one, we're just going to stamp this once first on the basic white. You want to make sure it's nice and inked up. Okay, we're just going to stamp that on here. Okay, so there's our image like that. We're just going to set that off to the side. And then I'm going to bring in this designer series paper I showed you earlier. So this is the floral side. And I'm going to ink this up again. This time, ooh, that was close. Wouldn't be the first time my ink pad ended upside down on top of my project. Okay, so let's get this nice and inked up. Okay, and now I'm going to stamp it. And I'm just going to kind of see the part of the florals that I want to use. So I like this part here where there's, of course, some pink flowers. So I'm going to stamp that. And all I really want to make sure is that her dress is getting stamped on there. Okay, so there we've got that image. And then on this other little piece here, I could just flip it over as well, but because I have these two scraps, I'm just going to do it this way. So I'm just going to ink up the top of the stamp, mainly her hat, and I'm going to stamp that over top of part of the pink floral. Okay, and I'm just going to set the stamp aside. And then what I'm going to do is cut these out. So using my paper snips, I'm just going to cut around her hat, and I want to cut around her fingers. So it is a little finicky in some spots because this is a smaller type of image, but the outcome is so worth it because it looks fabulous. So I'm going to just cut this hat out. Okay. And when it comes to fussy cutting and things like this, having a good pair of sharp scissors is imperative. It will make the biggest difference. So there we've got the hat cut out. And then when we look at this image here, we're just going to cut out around her dress. Now you do want to cut on the black line, and you'll see why in just a second. So we're just going to cut around her images. Okay, and we're cutting everything else off. So I just cut her arm off. I'm going to cut her hair off. This is just a little bit finicky. But again, it's so worth it. And you don't have to be really particular in this part because it is her hair. And you'll see why again in just a sec. Okay, so cutting out the dress. Yes, Sandy, it is a good alternative to coloring if you're not one that loves to color, or even if you're just looking for a change. Okay, so there's that. Now I don't really want this to just be a flat edge, so I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a round edge. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take our multi-purpose glue, and hopefully it's not all clogged because I forgot to put it upside down last night. And we're going to put a little bit of glue on the back, very little is all that's needed. And then we're going to position this right over top of this stamped image. And you can see why it was important to cut around her fingers. Okay, so now she has a pretty floral pink hat. And then we'll do the same for the dress. Okay, so now she's got this pretty floral dress as well to match her beautiful hat. Just gonna press that down. Okay, so now that's our paper piecing. So it's super simple, it's very effective, and it just gives your project a whole new look. So now what we're going to do is we're going to color the surrounding images. So I'm using some of the new Neutrals Collection Designer or Stampin' Blends. This is SU100. This is the darkest of them. I'm going to use that to color her hair. So this is why I said it didn't really matter, because if you got the designer series paper not quite cut away, you can just go over it like I just did with some of this brown. Okay. Okay, so there's her hair all colored. And then I'm just grabbed a random skin tone here, and I've got the SU500. So I'm not sure if that's the one I used on the original card or not, but it's going to work. So I'm just going to color her arms. I love that they've come out with this array of tones, neutral tones. Last time I checked, you were not able to get the whole collection currently. There were a couple colors that were out of stock, but most of them you can still order, and you order them in packs of 2. So there's the skin tone done. Now I'm going to use some crumb cake, and I'm going to color in the railing that she's leaning on. So for those of you watching, or even if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay in the comments, I'd love to know, have you ever done paper piercing like that? Piecing, I keep wanting to call it piercing. Paper piecing. So we're just coloring that. And then I'm going to come in with the darker crumb cake, and I'm going to give it some highlights. Oops, I'm going on the outside. I'm intentionally going on the outer edge of this railing like that. Okay, and then of course she's holding some wine, so let's bring in a cherry cobbler dark. She's got a glass of red wine in her hand. Okay, and then the last thing to do to color this is I'm going to use my light pool party, and I'm just very gently going to kind of highlight across here. So I don't want a solid image or solid color. I just want to kind of have a little bit of, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to bring that up closer to the camera so you guys can see how cute that looks with her patterned summer dress and her beautiful hat and all the coloring around it, just to really pop it and bring it back to life. So now I'm going to attach that piece. Let's finish creating this card. And then I've got another one I want to share with you that I made last night because I was having so much fun with this technique and this gorgeous stamp set. Okay, so I've got that on there. On this other piece of basic white, I'm just going to stamp the same greeting. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. So stamp that. You know, and then you can stamp in the inside, happy birthday, enjoy your day. Okay, so let's stamp this. Oh, this is really hard to see over top. Here we go. Okay. Oh, look at the comments. Okay, so Tina hasn't tried it, so I hope that this has inspired you to give it a try, Tina. It's really simple, easy technique, but like you can see, it's very effective. And Sandy hasn't done it for a long time, but awesome. I'm glad you're inspired and you're going to give it a try. Sherry says, wow, love it. Okay, so now let's flag the ends of our Blushing Bride strip here. And again, Banners Pick a Punch. I think I probably use this every single week in our videos. I do love flagging the ends of this cardstock. So we'll just pop that one out. Somebody actually asked me a little while ago, what is your most used punch if I was to buy just one? And I had to tell them it was probably this one. Although I do love my punches, so on any given day, it could be a different answer. All right, so we're going to stick that there. This is going to go up on the top. And of course, I need a few Stampin' Dimensionals. So we'll just flip that over. One on each corner, one in the middle is typically what I like to do. The reason I put one in the middle is so that it keeps it level and it's not kind of sinking in the middle there. All right, so let's try and get this straight. Like so. Now I'm going to attach this pink strip flat. I was having a heck of a time last night trying to get this straight because of the waves on here not being straight. Kept messing with my eyes. So I think that looks straight. Okay, now we're going to pick a couple more dimensionals. And we're going to put that on the back. And what I'm going to do is line up this edge here with the edge of the pink over here so that I have room to put our daisy that we're going to create next. Perfectly. Okay, so now let's create this fun daisy. This punch and I have become very good friends recently. I have used it on so many different projects. It's on both my March and April scrapbook layouts, and I'm just having so much fun creating fun florals with it and using a lot of designer series paper. So as you can see, we're using that same pink that we used to do her hat, and I'm just going to pop out two of these guys. Okay. And that one I'm using right now is the medium daisy, so there is just the regular daisy as well. Now I'm going to take my bone folder or any kind of tool that you want to use that's not a sharp edge, and I'm just going to curl these petals. down like that. I'm going to do the same thing over here on this one. Okay. And now I'm going to take Stampin' Dimensionals again, and I'm going to put one on the center, on the top, like so. And I'm just going to put that down here. And then I'm going to position this one on top of that, but so that the petals are staggered. So where the holes in between the petals are now, I'm going to put these second layer of petals on top there. So there we've got our nice full daisy floral. And then on the back, I'm going to put another Stampin' Dimensional. And then we're going to pop this little beautiful little flower right here, kind of overlapping all of our elements of our card to tie it all together and make it have some nice flow. And then we're going to finish it off with a few of these pastel pearls, because we like to have bling on our cards. And I'll take my Take a Pick tool, and I'm going to use the pink ones to coordinate with the pink in the card. I'm just going to put one in the center of the flower and one just over here to kind of balance it out. And there we go. There is our card using the paper piecing technique. I hope that that's inspired you to either give it a try or try it again. And yeah, so now I want to share with you another card I created, and I'll just walk you through how I did it. So again, using the In the Moment stamp set, here's the card that I created. I've used the paper piecing here on her shirt, and then I've just colored her pants to make them look like a blue jean and colored around her. And you'll notice that I just took a strip of basic white and stamped it in the corner. I didn't fussy cut it, I didn't pop it, it's just flat on there. And sometimes that's just a really nice way to get your image on your card. I've embossed it with the floral die, and the name of it is escaping me, but I did a little this and that last week. And this is the one with the bigger florals in it. I've punched out this punched image here with a new greeting in Misty Moonlight stamped ink. I've created two of those same daisies we just did, only using the opposite side of the paper. So we have this nice printed. And what do you guys think? Do you like the flowers done like that with the pattern paper, or do you prefer them in the cardstock? I am really digging this DSP one right now. And then to finish it all off, I've just put the pastel pearls, and I used the nice soft blue white colored ones here. So there's two different cards done using the same stamp and the same type of technique, and in kind of the same color tone, which was really fun as well. So that's my card I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you, like I said, I hope that you enjoyed seeing this paper piecing technique, and that maybe you're going to give it a try yourself or jogged your memory to give it a try again. I'd love to see your projects, so you can either send them to me in a message, you can post them in my Creative Corner group that's associated with Bird's Nest Designs. I'd love to see them. If you want to add In the Moment stamp set to my order that I have going in tomorrow, then just message me and I can get that ordered for you. Again, it was $33 from the catalog. You can always top that up and get one of your free celebration items. And stay tuned for that shaded summer class. I do want to tell you that I only have 15 spots. I only have 15 sets of these dies that I'm going to add in for free. So first 15 people get in on the class. And like I said, hoping to get it out there tonight or tomorrow. So thanks again for watching. I hope you have an amazing Tuesday night and the rest of your week is fabulous. Thanks everybody. Cheers.